Hi friends, welcome to Manitowoc Cooperative Ministry Daily Devotions. My name is Pastor Judine Duerwaechter and I'm co-pastor here with the MCM, and today I would like to read to you from some selected verses of Psalm 69, and we can see how that might apply to us in our lives today for some inspiration. Save me, O God, for the waters have come up to my neck. I sink in deep mire where there is no foothold. I have come into deep waters and the flood sweeps over me. I am weary with my crying. My throat is parched. My eyes grow dim with waiting for my God. More in number than the hairs on my head are those who hate me without cause. Many are those who would destroy me. My enemies who accuse me falsely. What I did not steal, must I now restore? I will praise the name of God with a song. I will magnify him with thanksgiving. This will please the Lord more than an ox or a bull with horns and hoofs. Let the oppressed see it and be glad. You who seek God, let your hearts revive. For the Lord hears the needy and does not despise his own that are in bonds. Okay, so a couple of verses there out of Psalm 69. You can hear that our psalmist today is in some significant trouble and affliction. He is accused of theft and is, as you heard, being demanded to return this thing that he stole when he, of course, didn't do it at all. And as we read in the middle, what you can do on your own, you would come to learn that he's also a victim of sickness. And whatever is ailing him is life-threatening. And of course, his enemies are saying, yeah, well, you get what you deserve. You're sick because you're a thief, so to speak. And yet, among all of this, he is faithful as a lover of God, even though the walls are closing in on him and he's being accused unjustly. He remains devout. But nonetheless, this accusation of him, it's very discrediting. And of course, as you can imagine, if it were in our worlds today, the gossip, just permeating all around him. We all have experienced when something has perhaps happened in our lives, and then the gossip just ripples and ripples and ripples, and it can just be so humiliating, even if what's being gossiped about isn't true, right? So our psalmist does what the psalmists do, and that is begs for God's compassion to rescue him. And then, of course, just vows to God to revive hope and courage then in the hearts of all the others that are around him that are troubled like him. And I think this is just, first of all, it's very common for the psalmist to do this. They have something that's wrong, but then they negotiate. They make these deals with God, like, if you can rescue me, I vow to do this for you, so to speak. It's very common, again, in the Psalms. But what we like about this, just for us in today's world, of course, is that we are asking God to hear our prayers, of course, focusing on the evidence that God has done amazing things for us in our lives already, rescued us, so to speak. But one thing we may miss the mark on is how this psalmist promises to go to his neighbor and remind the neighbor of the hope that we can set our feet into, and to have courage that even in the midst of fear, we can trust that God's love is there for us, and to be inspiring to others when things are troubling them as they are troubling ourselves. And I feel like this is such an important lesson in the Psalms today, just considering what's happening in our world. We are continue to be in a pandemic. We are suffering the violence of riots, consequences, and the need to understand how Black Lives Matter. and that all people are our neighbor, and that we're here to inspire one another, no matter who we are, no matter who lives around us or among us, that all of us are loved by God. All of us are, in fact, love in and of itself, and that God lives within each and every one of us. And of course, it has absolutely nothing to do with the color of our skin or the type of culture that we live in. So it's a wonderful psalm to inspire us to give to one another, even in the midst of your own pain and suffering, to give hope and inspiration and reminders of God's love to one another. I hope this was helpful for you today. Join me next time and have a blessed day.